guys made it.
We've been chatting up. We got Vicky, we got KJ, we got Robert, we got Andrew.
Awesome. Awesome. You guys are all here. Thank you for coming. We got all sorts of people.
I'm not going to be helping reading these because it's really tiny print. My reading glasses are not in yet.
Oh, no.
Alicia's here.
Well, luckily I have
Kelly's here. Tiffany's
the
here.
recording phone that I can use.
Vicky's here.
We got all sorts of people. So what's everybody up and doing today?
I just now started. It just now turned 5 o'clock on.
That's crazy. It was funny because it was counting me down and I hit go. I hit go time.
There's a delay. That's why when they always say we're late, it's not our fault. It's
Robert.
YouTube's fault.
Yeah, Robert.
Randall Woods, hello.
Apparently I don't have it on live chat.
Courtney Rivera is here.
What? Awesome.
All looks good.
Bucket list is here. Oh, Drew says, I'm here.
Drew, I already sent you. I already sent you. Well, you know, that's because you didn't answer the phone when you were called yesterday.
Yeah. He said he didn't get the message till 11
Sure.
last night. So,
eating salad, Alicia, yum. You know what is like my favorite salad? Those great big giant Cobb ones.
those are so good. Even I love those.
Brenda's here.
So,
Jody M from Canada.
As you can see, we look pretty. We showered today, so it's amazing what a shower can do.
Mama's here.
Your hair is shiny and full again. Hi, Mom. So exciting. I appreciate y'all coming.
Thanks, Tiffany, for sharing the page. Jag is here. We do need to go to PA.
We do. I am interested in Heather's. I think been there before. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've seen the Amish in their carts. No.
Yes. But I've also seen them in Kentucky because they're there too.
I think it's interesting. Like the Amish are so interesting. I would love to go and just
Drew,
be able to see
go to the gym with your sister. That's rude.
Hi, Sean. Good to see you. Alicia's so sweet. She says we always look great.
Thanks, Alicia. That's why you're our friend.
She was gonna say favorite.
I was gonna say favorite.
We have lots of favorites though.
The bunnies are out, so the dogs are losing their mind.
Oh, and Jack says her farrier is Amish. That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Priscilla. I'm
Michael
here.
from Green Bay, Wisconsin is here. Priscilla's here.
So we seriously considered doing this outside today because
hi, Sil, you made it.
again, the wood stove is right here and it's super, super hot. So if you see us perspiring, it's not because of questions.
I think it feels amazing.
You guys are asking.
chilly.
So
Sil made it. This is not her first live. This is like the third live. Remember New Year's?
it's my third live, but it's my first Tuesday night live. So we're going to start doing every other Tuesday night. So it's going to be, because we can farm one Tuesday, and then the following Tuesday will be my live. So it'll be on a more regular cycle. So it's the first Tuesday night live.
Sharon Pierce, Catherine Biggs said the Amish built her house.
Really? How big is your tiny house? I lived in a house that was like 700 square feet, and it was a little. It's hard to stay organized when you're in something small like that.
Welcome, Sean. We enjoyed your guys' live. That was a lot of fun.
It was.
You're gonna find that the lives kind of become the most fun thing. We do way more than most people just because we really like doing them.
Yeah. And there for a while, when we were sick, I think it was last year, we did a lot of lives.
Yeah, because we
that
had
was all we could
COVID
do.
and couldn't get
Yeah.
down the hill.
Yeah.
Catherine Big says her tiny house is 10 by 32. It's the size of an RV.
Yeah. That is pretty small. Oh, Courtney. Priscilla, what a beautiful name.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi, Colleen. So most of you guys watched the video and know that the hive did not, the bees did not make it. The hive made it. We still have a hive. We just don't have bees. So they did not make it. That was pretty disappointing. But I'm hearing a lot of people in this area lost hives. So
I'm wondering, did the wind really blow it off, or was there a bear? I'm gonna start the rumor.
I didn't see any tracks, but then again, we had a lot of snow over there, so you wouldn't.
Hi, Chuck.
You wouldn't really.
I mean, I guess if it was a bear, there would have been a lot more damage.
And frames out, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi, Chuck. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, Chuck. Kimmy's in charge because this is her channel. I'll give you a hard time. Drew Conrad, you made it.
Oh, Drew, that's cool.
Yeah, Anna's cooking. You were going to bring that by at what time?
Yeah, because you know what? We don't have dinner planned. So
I ate chips.
She had chips. I had mashed potatoes for lunch. And coffee for breakfast.
A Winnie the Pooh raid.
Yeah, I was pretty sad. I know there's a lot of people that lost them. But there was 2 key things I had done that may have made a difference. I don't know if it would have, but you know, so I was kind of beating myself up a little bit, but I will learn.
Yes, so they lost theirs. It's actually pretty common. A lot of even really seasoned beekeepers lose hives. You can do absolutely everything right and still lose a hive. There's quite a few people that have said that on the Facebook page, one of the homesteader Facebook pages. You know that they'll have 4 hives sitting together and 3 will make it and 1 won't. So I mean, it's you're kind of,
and you're treating them all the same. You're like, you know, setting them up all the same. Some of them have harder time getting rid of mites, and then the mites kind of over during the winter. So, and that kills the bees. And then a lot of them
Mike.
is wetness. Like the wetness is what kills the bees more than the cold or running out of food.
Yeah, so that wouldn't have helped with the lid coming off and
no,
the 3 feet of snow that we have.
Yeah, all that condensation coming down. Somebody had posted on my video that perhaps, oh, thank you very much.
So make sure you ask for consent before you pick up Chinese.
Thank you, Catherine.
Oh, that was nice.
So somebody had said, well, you know, perhaps they're still alive down in the bottom, but there's no way. The lid was totally off. That
off and under snow. So
moisture, yeah, would have got down in there. So so yeah, that's just kind of what happens, you know. It's very kind of you, Catherine.
And the hard thing is we were really hoping to add a second hive this year or split this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank you.
Courtney, how cute are you? Thanks, sweetie.
Try again. That's cute. Thank you.
But I was really surprised whenever I was studying bees because I've wanted to have bees for long. So when I bought my house in Texas, in Royce City.
Thanks, Kelly.
The house came with like 6 hives, but at that time, my son had been stung by 27 hornets when he was about 5, and we didn't know if he was going to have a severe allergic reaction to stings or not. So I actually made the sellers take the beehives somewhere else. It's something I've always regretted.
She told me that story and I was cringing. I was like, oh, I wish I could have had them.
Yeah, and I'd wanted bees for a really long time, and but I just didn't know, and I wasn't really willing to risk it. And then he got stung on the playground at school and didn't have any reaction, so he was not horribly allergic. So I've wanted bees since then. I just, you know, it's kind of one of those things I just have to wait.
So to answer your question, the cost, it really does vary. Pre-order bees are around, you know, you can get 150, 175, but then once the season hits and you're wanting to get a nuke, which is a box with the frames in it that have the baby bees already starting, so you already have brood in there, then you're looking more at like the 250 range. Or you could go to some place like North 40 or some of these places that give you a package of bees. And what a package of bees is just a bunch of bees from different hives dumped in a box, and then a queen in a little cage that's not part of that hive. And so those bees, it takes a while for them to establish because you know, they're all new to each other and they don't have all the brood started and all that stuff. So
Hi, Heather. I hope your grandma's doing well.
yeah, tell Grandma we say hi. Did Anna ever show you that bee house? She might have, but my memory is terrible. I don't know.
We've slept since then.
I don't know. I might not have seen it. Oh, thanks, KJ.
Oh, that's sweet.
I appreciate that very much. Yeah, so as Heather was saying, I'm hoping this year that we can do 2, guess who's out again? The goats. Not just one. Anyways, I'm hoping to do at least a couple. We do have a swarm trap up at Darlin Randy's house that we put up last year to try to help him catch some bees, but I'll rebait that and kind of see what happens. See if we can catch another hive. Sorry, another swarm. A hive is where they live.
I'll be back. I'm going to go wrangle goats.
Oh, no fun. So anyways, I'm still looking for a honey separator. Oh, that would be amazing, Sean. The last, my bee mentor, I used his last year and it was pretty cool, but I would like to get one for myself. It's in the 70s in Florida, huh, Chuck? It's nice up here though. It was in the high 40s. So right now we have the windows open because the wood stove's going. But it's beautiful right now. I'm really enjoying the weather. The problem that we're having though, oh, thanks Mom, appreciate it. The problem we're having though is because it's getting so warm and it's getting in the high 40s and into the 50s, the snow is melting and the mud has become so bad that you like get stuck in it. And today Heather and I went out to cut down the orchard that had died last year to cut the trees so we could get replacements. And as you're walking through that snow, you like sink down into some of the holes that are on the ground, stuff that you don't know that's down there. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. Do you need chains for the mud? I don't know. Will chains work for the mud? The tires I have the deep tread. They are mud tires, so I get through it. But Samson doesn't like the mud. He doesn't like slush. He doesn't like the mud. Those are his 2 hardest things. Thanks, Heather. It's a YouTube video called "This House is Full of Honeybees." I will pass that on to Heather when she comes back on. 40s, raining, snowing in southwest Idaho. Got several more inches up at our mountain property. So all progress on moving up there is on hold. Our road is a muddy, snowy disaster. Yeah, same here. It's we got really lucky because Heather's son came up and he brought his excavator up and he broke up the ice on the driveway. So there was like 4 inches of ice. So he broke that up. So we were able to actually get up there, and there's sections of it that still have ice, but there's sections of gravel. So it's actually getting up, it's not so bad. It's once we actually get on the property, and then it's like just a muddy mess. So the good news about being up here on the top of the mountain, if we have a lot of warm days, if we have a lot of wind, it will dry up pretty darn fast, and then it just turns into that terrible moon dust that we hate so much. But you know, choices. I would much rather have the moon dust than the mud. So, hey Sean, are you volunteering to be a mod for my channel? Because I will let you if you are interested. Do you have membership yet? I'm thinking I'm not going to do memberships. So the problem I have with memberships is YouTube takes a pretty good chunk out of that, and I think it's like 30 or 40%. And so, you know, I just set up a buy me a coffee, and I'm set up through there. And if people want to do, there's a membership through there. I may do that in the future. It's not set up right yet. But that way, if people want to donate or, you know, want to buy me a coffee or what have you, then they can. But I don't think I'm going to do it through YouTube. And Heather has a Patreon, but she's having some issues getting onto her Patreon. So, so kind of we're working out the kinks to kind of figure out what we're gonna do. Oh, thanks, Mom. I appreciate that. Yeah, people are trying to talk me into doing a live on my birthday, Mom. Can you believe that? Yeah, most dogs I think would love living up here. It's pretty cool. It's the problem we have is with the predators, we're really careful about letting the dogs run around. Not yet, still gonna considering setting that up as well. I know Vicky said she had some problems with PayPal, so of course, you know, you get a little hesitant. Happy some birthdays. We need a live on my birthday. You're so funny. Yep, I hit the big 50 this year. I can't believe it. Mary Homestead made it. Hi, Mary. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks, Anna. I showered. I bathed. What are you cooking for dinner? Yeah, I appreciate all the help with, you know, the getting the bees. Every little bit counts, and you know, my thing was if I can't do them this year, that's, you know, it's fine. There's always other things going on, but if I can, I would love it because they are amazing. I really do love the bees. How often are you guys able to shower up here? Well, during the winter, we cannot shower on the property because everything's frozen, so we don't have water up here. So we go to town and shower at the YMCA. So it's once to twice a week. Most of the time it's twice a week, but sometimes it's once because the driveway or the snow being able to get up or down. So then you just do a bucket bath. You know, you wash your body and you just make sure you dry shampoo your hair or baby powder your hair, which is what I do. 50 is Nifty Club. Let's see. We are officially vintage. Huskies are funny. They're a little, they're definitely vocal, very comical. I think they kind of remind me of goats. Aren't they always a little mischievous, a little like toddlers all the time? Hi, Susie. When are you going to be back in town, dear? I'd love to see you. If you love the lives and have nothing going on, why not? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the plans are. Thank you, Gloria. Like fine wine, right, Robert? Shower or on rain days, right? Stand outside, hit the rain, let it get you dry or clean. Bucket baths are good. I think anytime you get the chance to have a bath, it's good. Awesome, Susie. I hope to see you this summer. We're gonna be busy building, but I'm looking forward to everybody coming back up. I know that Sean and Winter are planning on coming back up, and you're coming up. I know my kids are talking about coming up. Maybe we can entice my mom to come up. That would be lovely. Did you get them?
Yes, they're still on the property.
Not wrangled.
No, they're looking for water.
Goats are a challenge. Drew doesn't like baths.
We have had crazy winter, this weather this year. Sue Anderson says this year your weather has been crazy. We've had more freezing temps this year than any time I've been here, than the whole time I've been here.
Bob's decided we should host a huge event like Dutch did. Takes lots of money and lots of free time, lots of help. So,
well, we will. Sean has been doing YouTube for about 10 years now. So when we've been doing YouTube for 10 years, we'll put on an event.
Yeah. Yep. 18 inches of snow in your mountains. Wow.
today,
That's
Susie.
crazy. You're in California, right? Oh, thanks, Sil. Name one after you. Most of them are girls. I'll pick one of the boys. I appreciate that.
Modified Sheriff John birthday song. I have never heard that. Joyce wants to know, will you be working on the barn once everything melts?
Yes. Once it starts getting warmer, that's the plan. I think we're planning on finishing up the shipping container first, aren't we? Yeah.
Well, at least that's what we'll be showing. We may be working over there, but I probably won't show it until we've gotten all the videos out that's been made on the working in here.
Yeah. I do have to say, you know, once I found that in the hive, the bees that had passed, and you know, I was on Facebook, and all of these like beekeeping groups that I'm signed up with, I was like, I can't right now, and I'm like, snooze for 30 days, snooze for 30 days. I don't want to read anybody's bee stuff for 30 days just because I was a little bit discouraged. So
Oh, Susie, that's exciting. You're gonna come up for the meetup this summer.
that's awesome.
Yeah, Tiffany, you're so right. We know money is really tight, so we truly appreciate any donations that are given. Is a really big deal.
It sure is. And just the fact that you guys watch, that is a huge help. You know, watching the commercials, hitting the like button, sharing it, all of that is huge help. So we greatly appreciate you guys.
So I know on my channel, I don't know how yours is if you've looked at your analytics, but because each genre of YouTubers kind of make a different amount of money per 1,000 views. Mine right now is $17 per 1,000 views. What did yours? Did they show you yours?
I don't know. I think I'll have to look and see where that is.
So Jag, the meetup is all of a large amount of YouTubers up here get together and do a meetup in, I think we did it the first weekend of July this last year, wasn't it? Or was it July 25th? I can't remember. Anyway, we'll put it out as soon as we know, but it's in the summer. It's been in the month of July. We had, this would be our 4th year doing it, or the 4th year doing it. I didn't go to the first one because I wasn't YouTubing then. But everybody gets together, and we were able to get a bunch of gifts for giveaways and stuff last year, and it was a really, really fun event, and it's like almost an all-day thing.
It was a lot of fun.
And so we all get together and we do this huge giveaway. It's just a meet and greet, so it's a lot of fun.
Nancy made it. Hi, Nancy.
Colleen, you guys were there, you and Virgil. Hi, Nancy.
Yeah, it was really neat because we were able to meet other not local, but even other YouTubers in the area that's not super close to us.
I'll tell you, there's a whole lot of new YouTubers that we've kind of met this year through well, I guess it hasn't been this year because we haven't been really going, but we have a YouTubers get together actually that Julie and Marty put on, and you know, we all kind of try to do collaborations and stuff together and that kind of stuff, and there's a whole lot of new YouTubers. So if you like North Idaho, there's probably going to be a bunch of YouTubers, but I do have to say there's a lot of people that start and then they find out how much work is put into it and then they stop. So I think they had said like 70 or 80% of YouTubers will start and they won't continue through their first year because there's such a lot. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade. The wiring is looking great. Thank you.
Favorite child. Drew donated 6 to beat Courtney's donation.
Hashtag favorite child. That's funny.
Yeah. Those are my kids. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.
I'm excited about the wiring. Just because it's something that really, really intimidates me, and I'm just doing it. The wall looks good. So I've been working on a floating shelf back there. And we're trying to decide. I think I want to burn it, like do the chard on it, but I attached it to the wall already. I kind of built it in place instead of slipping it over. The rabbits are got the dogs going crazy. Justin?
Yep. They're all over loving this nice warm weather.
Yeah, Sean, your guys are learning. It's a lot of work, and you have to love it. If you don't love it, Courtney, try again, Andrew.
Guys,
you either have to love it or you don't. I'm really surprised when people say I want to do YouTube, but I hate editing, and that is 90% of the work is in editing. I love it. Kim loves it.
Mm-hmm. Editing is fun. You can be so creative in that, in that part, and there definitely is a science to it, I guess. But it is a lot of fun.
Drew, don't look really closely at mine because I'm not a professional. If you're selling them, then you're kind of a professional. Yeah. So
Heather does really good work, though. I mean, for not being a professional,
I should really be a professional. Finisher, because I always say that's the finisher's job to hide that little flaw right there.
You got to give her kudos though, because she does things that intimidate a lot of people into not even trying. So she does it. At least she does it.
Gotta try.
She looks up how to do it and then she does it.
Kelly, you hated your last session of editing. I'll tell you, the biggest thing that's kind of been fun for me is like watching other people's stuff and seeing something that they do and being like, oh, how did they get that shot? And then trying to figure it out. That's a lot of fun.
That's Winter's job, huh, Sean? Yeah, it's a lot of fun though.
Wade, yeah, property can be a lot of work. Hi, Gloria.
So, trying to do some of these things on the property, but then also filming it, makes it even more difficult.
It does. And for instance, like today we ran errand. Well, you guys are going to be excited to know I finally turned in my eyeglass prescription. They will be sitting at 2 to 3 weeks. I'll be able to see things. Andrew.
Guys.
So, but it takes so much longer. And we're actually going to be changing our a little bit up how we do on Because We Can Farms. Hi Randall Woods. Because I feel like I'm getting way behind waiting for things to be filmed and that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to start doing things, and Kim's just going to grab the camera and video it. And I'm not going to wait to do stuff because that's kind of what has taken a little bit longer. So, hi, Danielle.
Acres of trees versus acres of grass. Give me acres of trees.
I've had both, and I would say acres of trees. The one thing and we're working on it now, is creating a area for grass that we'll be planting over we're taking down all those trees. So now I can do stuff with those trees. You do have to pull out your stumps and stuff, but you can also just let them rot in place and it'll be fine. Goats like jumping on them.
Redtail, that is a problem that we occasionally run into as well. Something happens and you totally forget to pull the camera out, and you're like, darn.
Danielle, it is a really beautiful day because they're buying new bees. Well, and then when you just want to hurry up and get something done, like, so for instance, I took the circular saw to dead fruit trees today. And as I was walking out there, I was like, this would make a funny short. And then Kim was like, well, I'll go get the camera. So she ran back in and got the camera. So then you're just kind of standing there waiting and, could have had it all done. But then you're like, okay, let's film it. Let's film it like this. Let's take this shot. Let's take that shot. So something that should have taken 5 minutes ended up taking 15 or 20. And, it just kind of, but it's a decision that you make to do.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We really do like bringing you guys along when we go on road trips or this and that. But you know, as we were talking about recently, the
Andrew.
stores, the music's so loud and blaring nowadays that we can't even talk in
Thank
the
you,
store
Susie.
and show you guys things like we did last year. So,
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they've started doing that to stop people from filming,
something changed.
but it is definitely different.
Yeah.
Where music is blaring in
because when we did North 40,
there
last
was
year,
music, but it wasn't. I was able to pull clips when the music wasn't playing,
Yeah.
and just kind of show with my own music that I've paid for on it and speed through some things. You know, but you have to kind of stand around and wait for the music to turn off. And usually it turns off when they're talking over the intercom. So it's like one thing or another.
Yep.
Have you thought of going to Lehman's in Ohio?
I don't know.
Ohio's a little far.
I don't know what Lehman's is.
I'm assuming it's that off-grid store that has all the off-grid hand cranking, grinding things. Yes,
that would be fun.
If it's that store, then yes, I do want to go to that store. They also have a catalog.
That would be a lot of fun.
Drew, see, look, I know what you're talking about.
That would be a lot of fun.
I've been wanting to do this off-grid life for a really, really long time, and I've become obsessive with research on things.
I haven't, but you know, with the state of the world nowadays, and Heather's insistent asking me for 20 plus years, and the fact that my kids are all grown up and out of the house, I was like, it's time, you know. And I don't regret it. I think it's a really good lifestyle. It's definitely not easy, but it's a good lifestyle.
Yeah, Robert, we'd have to go there. We'd have to save our money before we could go there. Because I'd want one of everything. Thanks, Susie. North 40 is great.
It sure is. I love that
Somebody said, Susie said, loved watching your drive to Bonner's Ferry. It was so funny because as we were leaving, I actually forgot to film as we were going. And then as we were leaving, I'm like, I feel like we're not in the cutest parts of Bonner's Ferry. I feel like we're kind of in the, you know, the back where the general feed is and all that stuff. But something that Kim has talked about, I don't know if she's still going to do it, but we have a lot of little towns around us, and we've wanted to go check them out and walk around. And that's not really something that could go on it could go on my channel, but it's not. My channel's a building channel. So she's talked about
there's a couple
maybe filming.
There's one in Bonner's Ferry, and then there's one up here in Sandpoint that I want to go in. A little cute little I don't know if they're Amish or Mennonite stores, but they're really neat. The stuff they have in there is so cool.
Wade, that's so true. Hard work makes us better people.
The Moose Cafe. I don't think we've been to that. Bob wants to be off-grid, 100%, off the electric grid. Create your own. It's not too late. Make it happen. Make it happen.
I'm pretty excited. I was watching some different videos of some other channels today. I'm wanting to add a generator plug-in to my box so that I could just plug in a 30 amp and run the whole shipping container without being on the batteries, like if the batteries have gone down. But anyway, anywho, I was looking for those, and now I forgot what I was going to say. And he was talking about how once he had put up his solar, that he had all these solar companies contacting him, wanting him to show their stuff. And I was like, ooh, that could be a good benefit.
Sean, we definitely need to get together when you're here. And Colleen, that's the place we were talking about. Miller's is amazing. We walked through it. And of course, you know, I would love to have money for in there too, because there's so many different things that you're like, oh, I like this and I want that and I want that.
Alicia, you're right. We can put anything on our channels, but YouTube is a business. It happens to be a business that you can make however you want, but we only get paid off of views. And so what I have found is some people, so I was trying to set up Patreon, but my Patreon has completely shut me out. I can't get on there, but I was going to do non-building stuff on Patreon. So stuff like that, going to the different towns and just kind of when we were running around or whatever. But since Kim's up here now and has her channel, that stuff can go on her channel.
Yeah.
And it gives her, and people are going to more willingly watch it on her channel.
Because those are the people that watch that kind of thing.
Right. Versus my channel, I find whenever I do a non-building video, they don't do well. You guys who love us watch everything we put out, which is amazing. But it, we've got to try to film things and put things out that a large audience wants to see, because that's how we get paid. So yeah. I don't know if I made that. Hope I didn't make anybody feel bad.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you for supporting us.
Thanks, Andrew France ran that question because I did not know the answer, and he definitely will.
What?
Whether shipping containers are bulletproof.
Drew. I don't think so. I don't think they are.
Yeah, Drew said no.
No. Yeah, 20. I don't think a 22, like he said, would go through it, but I think a 9mm would.
Yeah.
Except for we're not talking about those things because this is a paid thingy. So.
Yeah. No, none of that. You're going to have to wait for the announcement of our Abundant Living Homesteaders channel. I look forward to it, Sean.
Are you starting a second channel, Sean? Jack, why are you sorry?
Is the
Did you ask the question? Oh. You did ask the question.
Is the reason why Sean, is the reason why, is what you're talking about the reason why you're not coming so early, that announcement? Is that what we're talking about?
No, he said there's a homesteaders announcement, or that you're at. Is he talking about an announcement on his channel?
You're gonna have to wait for the announcement on our channel. Yeah. Hold my beer experiment.
It's okay, Jag. It's okay.
Totally fine.
That's the one thing about Patreon is you can put all that stuff on there and you can talk about all those things and you can not get demonetized. It's just
people
YouTube,
put like butchering things on there.
Yeah, YouTube, you have to be really careful because they'll demonetize you.
Yeah.
Which I think is just such a bummer. It's people are going to watch what they want to watch, and let, if someone puts a whole bunch of stuff on their channel, let society or their viewers decide, whether or not that's what they continue to put on there. You know what I mean?
Bob, I'm sure there is a channel like that. I see a lot of things on Facebook and similar.
Robert is goading me. I would have to say, Sean, that you did very well on your live and held it in until the very end when you blew it and your father-in-law got on to you.
We were laughing. We were just laughing. Sean was being such a good boy.
Call us, you guys can call. Well, okay, so Alicia, I had started, because we can farm to table, and it was going to be all the farm stuff and cooking, because I love cooking. Once the kitchen goes in, I'll be able to start doing a lot more of that. And that's what that channel is going to be for. But it's a lot of work to run one channel. Sometimes you just want to cook and not have to worry about lighting. Lighting right now is a big deal for us. Kim's are outside, so she doesn't have to worry about lighting, but inside here we do.
Yeah, that is a challenge. Wade, she already has Patreon. She's just having some issues with it.
I've actually shut it down. I may restart it, but I don't want to restart it until it's something that we were talking about, so you guys could let me know if you're interested in this. Resetting up Patreon where I can actually get it to work, and then do a video after the video of us talking more in detail about what we did, why we did it, what the plan is, and like all of that kind of stuff. I've kind of ignored Patreon because of why I forgot about it for a while. And what we do for our joined members is we do a members only live. Well, I couldn't get over to post the link over on Patreon for my members on Patreon so that they could join into that live. So I don't know. It's just figuring it all out is hard.
The ceiling looks crooked because of the phone.
We totally know that Winter was elbowing you, Sean.
Yeah,
we have both been married.
We saw that. She's like,
stop it. Settle down.
And that was super cute, actually. You know, you got to be yourself, you know, with a tiny bit of a filter when you're on a live, but still got to be yourself because you want people to like watch and join for who you are.
Kelly, sorry, we're eating ribs as we watch you, so it's hard to type. Well, rude.
Now we have a picture in our head. Kelly's like this. We had ribs not too long ago.
Settle down, Anna.
They were really good because of one of you guys sent a gift card, and we went to, what's that place called? Texas Roadhouse, and it was amazing. Thanks, Susie.
Robert got a 15-foot greenhouse delivered today. Ooh. Didn't you get a greenhouse like last year that was like a 20-foot one?
And you're getting a new utility trailer. I'm just going to throw out all your stuff. That's what you said. He's in the big time farming.
Yeah, Drew, the camera, I guess I have to say Drew Conrad because we have two Drews, unless we're calling baby boy Drew Andrew.
You could call him Andrew. I think maybe he might go by that now. Mom's the only one that calls him Drew anymore. Yes, we got a bloomin' onion. It was really good.
It was much spicier than so actually what we ended up doing, because it was lunchtime and we wanted the blooming onion, but then their plates are so big. So we actually got steak, potato, and salads. We got
ribs.
We got two ribs. We got ribs and a baked potato that we split. Mm-hmm. So that was on one plate, and it also came with a salad. And I got another little side salad on the side. And then we ate the bloomin' onion, and we still brought food home.
Yeah.
So we got one plate, a side salad, and a bloomin' onion, and split it, and still had leftovers.
Yep. And the price wasn't bad either. It was reasonable for both of us. Andrew's typically what I'm called, except for family and my closest friends, but Heather is family, so either one is fine. Yeah, she's your aunt.
Son, changed your diapers when you were little.
Hope it was a loaded baked potato. It was.
Andrew, you used to run around my house naked when you were a little baby. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, we have Andrew's story. She has really good Andrew stories, even of his time in Texas.
Uh-huh.
So. Nancy, I love watching you all and listening to you. I'm just the quiet one that stalks you. We love that you comment though here and there. Yes. You know, we love getting comments from you guys on our videos because, you know, it actually is like you guys are engaged with us and you want to share your opinions, and we just love it.
And honestly, when you ask specific questions, it helps with the filming of the next one, so that we kind of. Comments are great. They actually trick the algorithm into saying YouTube should push the videos. But it helps us with, let me make sure I talk about this or I talk about that in detail. Even though I don't think some of you really watch. I think you just put us on in the background because you'll ask questions. I'm like, wait a minute. I made sure that was in the video.
It is funny because she's like, we just watched that video and it was there. And I'm like, yeah, it's there for sure. And it helps me too, because then I know what videos to make, you know, for the future when everybody's asking me certain things, like, what is this in with bees? And I'm like, okay, a lot of people are asking this question. Let's do a video on that. We're trying to talk Anna into doing videos. Like, she could totally be the chicken lady that cooks.
Yeah.
She should show a lot of chickens, show a lot of cooking.
It's true. And she's really beautiful, so.
You don't have to be sorry, Anna. You do you, girl. Oh, she has cats, too.
Those cats are like dogs. She could just bring them. We're talking about her visiting. I don't know what we're talking about.
What is that brown wall? Judy Emma wants to know that one there or this one over here.
That's a coffee cabinet. It's the back of it. That's what you're looking at. The back of the coffee cabinet. Kim was on Facebook Marketplace and found a little antique cabinet, which is kind of what I've been looking for. And I'm gonna refinish it and do the ultimate no, which is paint it to match everything else, but turn it into a little coffee cabinet.
It's gonna look so cool. Jag says, I have a habit of listening to YouTube while I work the hayfields. That's cool.
We should, yep, it's official. We should come up there and just hang out for a little bit, help you do all your chores.
Yeah.
I was 14 the first time I bucked hay. We moved to Texas and I had gotten a horse when I was 13, but in Arizona they brought hay in. So we moved to Texas and my horse was staying at this ranch and I worked the ranch after school so that my horse could stay there. And so basically whatever they were doing, I went and did. And so that summer I pulled a calf, which I'd never done. And I bucked hay and I was driving a truck all over the field.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I rode a bull. He was very friendly, but I rode a bull.
I've only rode the fake bulls in the bars, not a real one.
Yeah, Judy, I'm real excited. I think it's going to be real cute. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it on my community page and show you guys what it looks like.
Susie wants to know how it went at the VA.
How what?
How it went at the VA with your elbow.
So I don't know. Okay. So I have PTSD. Those of you that don't know. And I was in there and my doctor said something about a sleep study. I had a full-on panic, like body sweat, started crying, like full-on panic. So I don't really know what was said after that. And that's when she was talking about the x-rays. So basically they were only x-raying my shoulder and not my whole body.
And not even both shoulders. She
No.
has both shoulders give her issues.
Yeah.
Just the one. Wade grew up on a ranch most of his
Ooh.
life.
Jack, I've done that. And when I was a kid, I actually picked cotton too. I picked cotton and
that's cool.
And harvested tobacco.
And does cotton really have like pokey things?
Yes. Hurts.
Ooh.
You will have bloody fingers.
Oh, that's terrible. That would be fun, helping Amish do things. That's really cool.
So my interaction with a group of Amish people was when I was riding my motorcycle cross country. And Chloe and Justin went with me, the dogs, on the motorcycle. And we had pulled into this rest stop. I'm sure I've told this story before. Pulled into this rest stop.
Hey.
And an older Amish gentleman came out. A whole group came out. So the ladies and the kids were just kind of standing around. And an older gentleman, and I would say like my grandpa's age gentleman, and a gentleman that was probably my age, came over to the motorcycle because they wanted to see the dogs. The older gentleman wanted to see the dogs. The younger gentleman was probably there just to protect his honor against the biker women. It's like, I don't know. Because he would not make eye contact with me at all. He was like, absolutely not. But the older gentleman was like, look at these dogs. And, you know, and he was super interested in the breed and corgis and what they do, and that they herd sheep. He thought that was really cool. Chloe tried to eat his hand because he, you know, wanted to pet her. Hi, girl. And she gets very protective over her motorcycle, don't you? Yeah. And then so the younger guy that was standing there with him actually wouldn't even look. He wouldn't look at the motorcycle, he wouldn't acknowledge me, he wouldn't look at the dogs until the older guy said, "Look at these dogs." I don't remember what his name is. And so he went like this and he looked in there and then he looked back. That's all he would do. It was really funny. The older guy was really neat.
Jag, I wish you were closer, man, or somebody in this area that I could pick corn and I can pick cotton, so I could put those things on my channel, because it's stuff I've never done and I would love to do it. I would love to try it.
Fun. I did it when I was little. Tell Drew to go to the gym with me. Courtney, I already did. I told him he was a mean old brother and he should go to the gym with you.
Drew, go to the gym with your sister as long as she lets you talk to the angel, Robert says. Was it the gym that the angel was at?
I thought that angel was at the coffee place.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny.
I'm on top chat. I'm not even on the live chat. I could be way behind, missing something.
Probably won't find cotton fields in Idaho. Probably not. No, but you know what? When we do our
ooh, Kelly,
summer
we'll
road
totally
trip,
come pick corn for your mama.
That'd be fun.
Hi, Winter.
Hi, Winter. She's not ready.
Courtney said, I already tried, but she said she's not ready. Who, the angel? I'm so confused. I'm missing out on a story.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not feeling the gym today.
Maybe we need to have a phone chat after the live so we can find out about this. Make sure Sean tells more dad jokes.
Sean, the dad jokes are just, they're hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Winter, is so cute watching you elbow Sean at the end of the live. You're like, no, shh. There's a lot of cool things though. Like when we went to get hay and not hay, it was hay. When we went to get hay and I was able to see the difference between straw and hay, that was really cool because like growing up, my mind always told me hay was the yellow stuff. And it was the stuff that comes in bales. You go for hay rides and you put those in the back of the wagon. At least that's what they did when I was in the city. And so my brain was always like, okay, that's not hay, that's straw. And I sometimes still kind of get it confused, but it was really cool seeing the difference. So I like being able to check out different things with country life that I'm not used to.
You buy sterile hay to mulch your gardens. Hay?
How's it sterile?
To mulch your gardens? So it means they don't spray it with chemicals.
Oh.
But wouldn't that still seed? Wouldn't the seeds come off of the hay and actually grow? I guess if it was sterile, then the seeds wouldn't grow, but that's really weird. So then they actually spray it so that it's sterile.
And you use hay, not straw for your gardens?
Andrew's throwing Courtney under the bus.
I see that.
I can't read. My eyes are like super.
She needs to do the Thursday Ari Jen thing again. It's de-seeded by a thresher.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
And you use hay, not straw. Learning all sorts of stuff.
Well, straw has absolutely no nutrient redeeming value at all. Mm-hmm. None. That's why it's bedding.
Yeah.
Where hay would, so I could see.
I just had never heard of hay over garden beds. I mean,
but no, Robert, they didn't. Robert wants to know about our strawberries. We planted some in there. We planted some all over the place, but water was a big issue last year.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. It sure was.
Yeah, Kelly says, thumbs up, everyone.
Well, I'm not seeing that. Maybe I'm on live chat.
Susie, straws from oats, I think.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Sorry, I have to keep looking down at the phone so I can read because it's so funny because up on the screen when you guys pop up, the comments pop up, they're so small that you
They're
really
small
have
and
to,
it's fast.
yeah,
It's not up there for very long.
you really have to be like up on it. Please ignore me.
Who?
Anna. She
Oh.
had 2 migraine pills and she's not all here.
Aww.
Girl, I'm sorry. I was really hoping that the treatment you did would have helped that.
Oh, Jack, that's cool. The university buys hay bales from you for their gardens. Yeah, I could see that there would be like some value that it would put something into the ground where straw would not.
Yeah.
And I don't even think like straw holds water, so it's not even where hay does. Hay will absorb water and re-put it back in. So I could see how that would help as far as a better mulch even.
See, I'm learning so much because even I didn't know all of that. So that's really cool.
I'll tell you, Winter, we're gonna be. She said she can't wait to see what we're planting this spring and summer around there. We're not gonna be growing a lot. We're not gonna be. There's a lot of things that we're not doing because we really want to get the barn done and firewood and we have to get a new shelter for the goats and maybe pigs because we may be overwintering a couple of pigs next year. I think it would be easier up here to do pigs in the winter than actually in the summer because they handle the winter better than the cold better than the hot. So, I mean, we're not going to do a lot of gardening. We're going to have the raised beds. We're going to do a little bit of gardening in that. And I want to work on the greenhouse, a little bit of things here and there. But we spent a lot of time hauling water last year because of the pigs. And the pigs went through water like crazy. So between the garden and the pigs, and then like we didn't get to do a lot of stuff with the garden stuff, just eat it fresh, which is fine. But as far as preserving or anything like that, that just really didn't happen. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna really focus on salad garden and maybe if I can do something for the fall, if the greenhouse is actually going to be able to get finished. So,
what happened to the pigs?
We ate them.
We put them in the freezer. But as she was saying, they went through a lot of water throughout this summer. So we're going to overwinter pigs instead. So it's less water.
They just like to play in it. They get hot and that's how they cool off. And so, I mean, pigs naturally run like, I don't know, 102, 103. So they run really hot. And then if you add it being really hot. So from the research that I've done, it's actually cheaper to feed them in the wintertime because they're not trying to, they actually will put on weight with less food. And then you don't have to give them as much water because they're not going to be playing in it because it's cooler. So they don't have to try to cool off. So as long as they have something to go into and, some bedding and stuff that they can run around in, something just to get them out of the weather. Now, the last year's pigs, they started flipping their little house and all of that kind of stuff. So a better house would have to be built that they couldn't like flip over and that kind of stuff. But I think last year we spent probably an hour to hour and a half every morning taking care of, and then you had to do more in the evening for the pigs and watering. So I was trying to water twice a day. And that takes up not only time, but energy. So, when you're thinking about it, so there's things that I really, really, really want to do, but I've decided I'm not going to this year. I'm not going to put the effort in trying to do it. I'm just going to focus on finishing. There's quite a bit more that I want to do on the outside to the shipping container. And there's some things that we'll be finishing in the wintertime inside. We're going to get it to a certain point and then we're going to walk away from this and go over to the barn and getting the barn frame up and that kind of stuff. But And we really have to get heavy equipment this year. There's
Yeah.
That's going to stop us if we can't get the heavy equipment. So
yeah, the problem is, I mean, like, we really enjoy getting the barn together and stuff, but it really is hard on our bodies.
Tim, I would say absolutely yes. The pigs were worth raising with all the extra work. It's the best pork you're going to eat. And the sausage was like the best. It doesn't even compare to store bought.
It is amazing.
So I would say yes. But next winter we'll have, next summer we'll have, all the electric in and all that kind of stuff. So running a refrigerator and a freezer won't be a big deal. And so processing and getting it all in the freezer will be fine. So,
and the pigs actually are probably one of the ones that we enjoy the most, actually, as far as raising.
Susie, I don't understand your question. How did you lose pig meat? I don't understand. What's the difference between a porcupine and a Ferrari?
Dad jokes.
I don't know, Sean. Oh man, Jag, a backhoe would be amazing. Would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Susie we raised our own pork, beef, and milk too. When I was in Texas, I did, and in Washington, I started raising. Well, and I also raised sheep. So I didn't do beef in Washington. I just did goats and sheep and chickens and that kind of stuff. So, oh, someone said that above. We did not lose pork. So I don't.
All right, guys. Well, we're at our hour, so we're going to close it down and get us some food. So you guys have a lovely evening. God bless you all.
Yep. Good night.
Good night.